Hello Sugar Plums, welcome to Blind Pomegranate Tarot. I am Christine. How are you today? If you're new here, welcome. It's very nice to meet you. If you're not new here, welcome back. I always look forward to seeing you guys every single time. So what are we doing today? Well, today I was inspired by another tarot reader who actually came up with this layout and the idea of this. And I will put the link below to who they are and all about it. But what we are asking today is, what are your strengths and your weaknesses, and how can you work on those? I love this idea so much, and the layout is very unique too, but we'll get more into that when we get to your reading. So let's start. We have 4 piles to work with today. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. On pile 1 is an amethyst puffy heart, really beautiful little stone. On pile 2 is a rose quartz puffy heart. On pile 3 is a leopard jasper puffy heart. And on pile 4 is a tiger eye puffy heart. You see the tiger eye shifting in there. Love that. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is going to be very interesting, and I hope that it's going to be very, very helpful for you. I had a wonderful meditation, feeling really good about this reading. So I'm going to also be doing, let me show you real quick here. I'm going to be pulling from my intuition box. Now this is, I do a download meditation, and if I get information from Spirit, I write it down and I put it in my box. And so we'll be doing that as well too, to get some additional information for you guys. So to help you choose, there are a number of different ways. You can run the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and see which one of those numbers kind of pops out for you. Of course, if you like the stone, go with the stone. In the description box down below, you'll see the timestamps, so maybe one of those numbers resonates for you. Or if you're clairaudient or clairsentient or clair of any kind, maybe you can see auras, right? And you see an aura on one of these piles. Or you can see them moving, vibrating, or almost like they're breathing. That is a great way as well. But first, we're going to start with a little bit of a meditation. And it just takes a second. You can do it as many times as you need to, but let me explain to you how it works. What I ask you to do is put your feet flat on the floor, hands in your lap with your palms up. What this is going to do is root you to the earth and open you to the universe. We're going to take a deep breath in for 5. We're going to hold it for 2, and we're going to push it out our mouths for 3. And what that's going to do is it's going to take in new energy and push out the old. So you can sit back into your intuition and pick just the right pile for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with you, and we'll start right now. Okay, like I said, do that as many times as you need to. Really take your time. Pause the video if you need to. See which one is really speaking to you. Okay, and then I will see you at your reading. Okay, bye. Hello, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. How are you today? So you chose the amethyst puffy heart, and I'm going to set that aside over here. So we are asking, what are your greatest strengths and what are your greatest weaknesses? So this is very interesting. I got this idea from another tarot reader who shared it openly with everyone and said, feel free to use it. So I'm going to try it today. I think it's beautiful. And I'll show you how this is laid out and what they actually mean. So from your first card, okay, there at the top left, I may be healed. Oh, I'm sorry. I may be weak because of this. Okay, so that's your first card, the 6 of Cups. The second card, which is related to the first here, the 6 of Cups, okay? That one means, but it makes me stronger like this, okay? But it makes me stronger like this, 5 of Cups. Okay, and I'll tell you what I'm seeing here in just a moment. Then, on your third card, which is under the first card, so I may learn this, okay, the third card, which is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So I may learn this, okay, followed by the fourth, which is to become stronger like this. okay, which is the Page of Swords in reverse. I find that very interesting right there. Then your final two cards are, what is my greatest strength and what is my greatest weakness? And so your greatest strength, you got the Abundance card. Very cool. And your greatest weakness in reverse, okay? Now normally I don't read oracle cards in reverse, but I asked and Spirit definitely wants this one in reverse, okay? So it says, connection crystal, the soul connection crystal, the Lovers in reverse. That is your greatest weakness. Okay, so let's get started. So we have for your very first card is the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups, what does this tell you? This, of course, is what it says here, right? Remember, the very first card is, I may be weak because of this. So what this is telling me is that your family, where you came from, right? The origins of you and who you are, that is your greatest weakness, looking back, okay? That is your greatest weakness, and this is what is making, well, not your greatest weakness, but this is one of the things that is making you weak, okay? You may be weak because of this. The Five of Cups, okay? How you can learn from this is being able to turn your back on it, okay? So whatever happened in your past, maybe as a child or past relationships or anything, the Six of Cups is always about nostalgia and thinking back on things that happened to you. Now this could have been last week, okay, but that is them saying, okay, you're a bit stuck in this, and the way that you're going to overcome it is to quite literally turn your back on it and stop giving it the attention that you're giving to it, okay? Then in the third spot we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, okay, followed by the Sword, the Page of Sword in reverse, or excuse me, the Ace of Swords in reverse, okay? So what this is telling me, again, remember, in spot 3, what this is telling me is that you have a tendency to sort of hold back, okay, when you should be leaping forward. Especially, this is Pentacles and you have abundance here. This is about business, this is about starting new ventures, this is about spending, okay, I just heard this, okay, that just struck me like a lightning bolt, okay. You may have come from a family that was not financially stable, okay, and so you spend a lot of your time looking back on how you were not financially stable, and so you sort of hold your coin very close to your chest, okay? And it is not something that you leap into new ventures, new business, new investments, and that sort of thing, okay? But what they're saying is, if you can let go of that old notion of how things used to be and turn your back on it and start living your life for you, right? This is your experience, and start opening up and spending money, which is not something I would tell someone ever, but it seems very much to me that you are someone who is extremely frugal because of where you came from and because of how you grew up, okay? You may have, like I said, not come from a lot of money. You may have even struggled quite a bit as a child for food, for clothing, for homes and that sort of thing. That may have been something that your family struggled with for a very long time, and that's something that you push back to often to say, I'm not going to spend that money, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to change jobs, and I'm not going to push forward, and I'm not going to move on because everything is very secure and very safe, and I don't have to ever worry about this anymore. You know, I don't want to go back to this, and I don't want to be this. But what this is saying is it's time to turn your back on that idea of that, because this is not you. You did not put yourself into that situation. It is a situation that you were born into, but that doesn't mean you have to live within it, nor do you need to let it direct your life, okay? So loosen up a little bit, okay? If a job opportunity comes to you, okay, if a new venture comes your way, if a new home comes your way, if a new car comes your way, and you would say, oh, I'd love to have that new car, but I'm never going back to this, Okay, and so you buy that cheaper car that's not really what you want, and you don't spoil yourself, and you don't do nice things for yourself, and you don't leap in to something new and kind of treat yourself. And you don't do that because you've spent so much time looking back to the way things used to be. The 5 is telling you it's time to turn your back on that notion. You're very abundant, okay? I can see that. You can be very, very, very successful at anything that you do because you really put your mind to it. You really say, I will never be this again, and so I'm going to work my butt off, and I'm going to make sure that I'm always secure. But you're taking it too far, okay? So your greatest weakness is you're taking it too far. Your greatest strength is you can be incredibly abundant, okay? Incredibly abundant. But you need to release, let go. Release this old way of thinking and recognize yourself for what you've done. You've achieved amazing things, so go for it. If you want that new car, if you want that new job, if you want to spoil yourself a little bit, do it. Go for it. Give into it, okay? You've got it coming to you. You don't have to be this restrictive of yourself. It doesn't help your soul. It doesn't help your experience. It doesn't help you one little bit to sort of be choking the life out of really having a life for yourself, because you deserve it, okay? Now, the Lovers in reverse. I think that maybe this seeps into your love life a little bit. Every now and then, love will pop into a reading. And although you got very clear information here, you've got a little bit extra that they want to talk to you about. And that is that you cannot, right? If you shut off every other part of your life, and you shut down and you restrict every other part of your life, it will seep into everything else, honey. It will seep into every other part of your life, okay? So let that go, all right? Once you start to release this will slowly turn around, and that part of your life will become abundant as well. Which, of course, I hope that for you very, very much. So I am going to finally here, we're going to go ahead and pull you some information from my channeled messages box, and let's see what we can get. I'm just going to pull one, okay, guys? So here, I'll put this here so you can watch me do it. Let's see. I think this one. Let's see what it has to say and how that relates for you. Okay. Oh my goodness, it came from one of the little fortune cookies that I did. Okay. So this isn't a channel message. This came actually from something else, but it's I think from a fortune cookie. And it says, you will spend the rest of your days with the love of your life. Goodness, that's very clear. They really do want you to let go of restricting yourself from things. Once you start to show the universe that you can let go and be good to yourself once in a while, then they will say, okay, now I can bring that person to them, because they can show love for themselves. Then we know that they can show love to their soulmate. Okay? I loved that one. That was a very cool message, and I'm so glad I got to give it to you guys today. I hope I get to see you guys again soon. Love and light, my friend. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. How are you today? So you chose the Rose Quartz Puffy Heart. And yeah, this turned out to be exactly what I thought it was going to be, because I chose the Rose Quartz Heart. I knew I was kind of like a little giddy and excited about this reading for a reason. All right, let me explain. So this reading type came from another tarot reader who posted it in the group I'm in, and he was like, use it all you want. It's really cool. So let me explain how this works. So card number 1, I may be weak because of this. Card number 2 is, but it makes me strong like this. Card number 3, right, which is below card number 1. Card number 3 is, so I may learn this to become this, card number 4, okay? And these two cards, card number 5 and card number 6. Card number 5 is your greatest strength, and card number 6 is your greatest weakness. Okay, so let's get into it, okay? All right. So, card number 1 is I am weak because of this. It is the King of Cups in reverse. King of Cups is, well, the cups are always all about love, so big shock, right? So, but you have the King of Cups in reverse, and I think that this is a lesson that you have learned that in the past, okay, you are sort of, I'm never going to have love. Love is never coming my way. I'm never going to be this person. I'm never going to have family. I'm never going to have all of these things, and my cups are upside down, and all of my love is pouring out, okay? But the Empress came along. Now, this doesn't have to be masculine or feminine, okay? We have both energies within us, okay? The Empress came along, your intuition, and taught you all about love, and taught you to start to love yourself and start to love others and recognize and own the fact that yes, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And when that happened, the Queen of Cups came along. Will you check that out? I mean, you can't make that up, okay? She is underneath the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups. I love it, okay? And then the Seven of Wands, which is, this is what you learned. You became prosperous. You became, through your hard work of understanding your heart. I just heard the word therapy. Somebody may have been in therapy at some point about this. And you went inside into your intuition and you studied yourself and you understood why you were feeling this way as the King of Cups in reverse. But do you see how it's pouring down into the cup of the Queen? I love that, you guys. I love it when it comes together like this. The spirit amazes me. But there was somebody there that taught you how to go inside and understand that you are very much worthy of this. And when that happened, she came along and you were prosperous in it. You found it. You know it. You are it. Okay? Again, this doesn't have to be masculine and feminine. We have both sides to us. This could be any way that you, they, them, however you choose to recognize yourself. Okay? So that's very, very cool. So your end result here with this is that you became very prosperous in love, very much so. That your hard work and understanding yourself and this beautiful person that you're with came from your intuition, came from your study, came from your understanding of yourself. Again, some of you that may have included some therapy, that sort of thing. You may have had previous wounds and decided, you know what, I'm not going to carry this around with me forever. I'm going to clean up this part of me that's pouring out, and I'm going to find just the right person by doing so, by hard work, and it paid off for you. So what is your greatest strength? Well, your greatest, I love this. Okay, your greatest strength is the love card. I promise you, you can go ahead and watch the shuffle. While I was shuffling these out, I always record it. And so I don't see them until I flip them over right at the end there. And your greatest strength is love. I love that, because to me, you have figured this out and you did it for yourself. That is the coolest part about it. You recognized that you were the King of Cups in reverse, and you got help and you did what you needed to do so that you could be prosperous in love. I love that. Okay, so your greatest weakness is agate, and it is healthy body. So much as with group number 1, it was sort of a side note. Okay, your greatest weakness is sort of a side note, and so is this one. I think perhaps maybe you're not taking good enough care of yourself, okay, in healthy body ways, okay. I think that you're very comfortable in your own skin, and that is beautiful. I love that, okay. But that Spirit is kind of putting in front of you that you need to treat your body a little bit better, because you want to be around for a long time for this person that you have finally found. Okay, so this is a message to take better care of your body. So it's kind of a self-care message for you there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull from my channel messages box. We'll get one message for you, as we did for the first group. Let's see. This one. Okay, let me put this aside. Did anything else fall out? No. Okay. Just what I grabbed. It's cool enough. Okay. What does this say? I make. Interesting. I make. Well, I think that's more a recognition of that you did this for yourself. Yeah, that you did this for yourself. That's very, very cool. It's very, very cool. It's something that I talk about a lot, is that you have to understand yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to love yourself first before you can get that companion that Spirit wants you to have. And it seems to me that you're self-made. You did this for yourself. You did this because you know you deserve it. And you brought that love into your life. That's amazing. Your greatest strength is your love. That's beautiful. And the fact that there are so many cups here and the Empress, and it's just amazing to me. Just remarkable to me. Take better care of yourself, I love. Take better care of your heart, your body, they're asking you to do that so that you can be around for a very long time and really enjoy this love that you manifested for yourself. And no wonder you got the you chose the pink rose quartz, which is all about love. Very interesting. I love it. I love it. It was very nice to meet you. I love this reading. I knew there was a reason. I was really excited to do this one after my meditation. So it was an honor to meet you. I hope I get to see you again soon. Take care. Love and light, my friend. Bye-bye. Hey, group 2. I'm so sorry. I missed this one. I didn't see it. I apologize. It says, this is definitely for you guys. It says, sit in silence. We will be around you. Sit in silence and we will be around you. That is your spirit guides talking to you. Okay? Sit in silence, which is generally, as I see it, meditation. Sit in silence and they will be around you. Sorry, I totally missed that until I went to pick up the cards. But I love that. Thanks, guys. Bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. How are you? So you chose, I'm sorry about the squeaky chair. I'm working on that. So you chose the leopard. The leopard jasper. And I always think of the leopard never changes its spots when I see that stone. And I think it applies here, but in a good way. We'll get to that. So what are we doing? We are doing a reading that was posted in a tarot group that I'm in. And they said, you know what, go ahead and try it and use it all you want. And I thought, this is very, very cool. I'm going to do that. So I will explain to you how this layout works here. Okay, so the card number 1, okay, this is, I may be weak because of this. Card number 2, okay, but it makes me stronger, like this. Card number 3, so I may learn this, okay, and card number 4, I become stronger like this because I learned this, okay? And their last 2 cards, number 5 is what is your greatest strength, and number 6, what is your greatest weakness, okay? So this is very, very interesting. And when I first started to run through the cards, I thought, well, this is very, this is very unusual. I don't think I've ever done a reading for someone like this before. So your very first card is the Ace of Cups in reverse, okay? Which tells me, well, I'll keep going because there's actually an overall story to this and not necessarily a defined story per card, okay? Is the Devil in reverse, okay? And it kind of is an explanatory of who you are and what you should watch out for, but what you've started to overcome, okay? And then you have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And finally, you have the World upright. Now your 5th card, what is your greatest strength? Now, you see there it says envy, but let me read that to you, okay? It's like a lesson that you've learned, okay? So, envy. I am the same as everybody, but with a different challenge. I am the same as everybody, but with a different challenge. Okay, and then your final card, what is your greatest weakness? Now this is in reverse, okay, and it's Moonstone. Cycles, like cycles of the moon, but it's in reverse, okay? So what I am gathering from this, okay, and I felt this very, very strongly, is that you are someone who has spent a great deal of time sort of keeping up with the Joneses, okay, in your personal life, mostly, okay, and that you felt the need, in order to keep up with other, I feel a very strong male pull to this, but that is not necessarily true for, okay, this is going to apply to many different people. But you felt the need to sort of overextend yourself with your coins, okay, financially, in order to keep up with other people competing for the same love or relationship, okay, and that you saw that that's how things had to be, that you had to offer more gifts and buy more things and do more things for people and make more meals and show them more love and more affection, and I had to be more of this and more of that, and you were outside of your comfort zone, okay, you were outside of who you really were, who you really are, and it became almost an addictive behavior for you because that is all that you saw a relationship being. Now this may be something that you learned. It is a learned behavior from family, from examples that you had seen, but that you believe that unless I give more and I give more and I give more, that I cannot compete with other people who are having all these wonderful relationships, and I must do as everybody else does. But this, in fact, is saying that you've come to the realization that you don't have to spend every last penny you have on somebody, okay? Or that you don't have to spend every last waking moment pampering somebody else and showing them, flooding them with affection that maybe isn't actually even real, because you don't want to lose out, as you know, it must be you, right? It's not, okay? If you have relationships that are not working, it doesn't have to be that you're just not any good at it. That's not true. There is always someone for you that the universe wants you to have, okay? So what this tells me is that you have always been the one who has poured out your cup way more than you should have, okay? And it has taken a toll on you, okay? And you've gone through this cycle again and again and again and again, and you keep doing it. This is a warning to that, okay? But you have realized that you are equal to everybody else, and that you do not have to continually give everything out. There's a lot about cycling here. You cycle through this behavior again and again. The world is the card of the end of a cycle, okay? You have the cycles in reverse here, okay? That this cycle of behavior is over and over again, okay? So it's a little bit of a, hey, please stop doing that. Although you have recognized that this is something that you do, okay? And so with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, your relationships have always been out of balance. This is very unusual. I did not expect these readings to be about relationships, okay? But it just seems to be coming out. Each one of these piles just keeps coming out as relationships. So that's where we're at. This is another love reading. But you are starting to realize with the Devil in reverse, this is the lesson that you're learning, is that you do these things and that you are pushing your way away from it, okay? You're trying to stop that continual cycle, but you slip back into it here and there, okay? You slip back into it once in a while, and you slip back into you being the one who gives more than they do, because you see it as that's the only way to be in a relationship, and it's not true. Okay, so that is what Spirit is trying to explain to you, is that you've started to recognize this, that you are equal to everybody else. This is your greatest strength right now, is that you are equal to everyone else, just with different challenges, okay? And that you do not need to be envious of what other people have, because that's not going to get you anywhere, okay? That's what they want you to know. So I am going to go ahead and also pull for you from a channel messages box, and we'll just see what comes from it, okay? I've only, and now see, that got stuck to my finger, so we will go with that one. And I dropped a couple of them last time, so we'll see if there's anything here that fell that I'm missing. I don't have my glasses on. Okay, so we've got just the one, and it got stuck on my finger, so that's definitely for you. What does it say? Ground. Middle ground. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my goodness. when I do these channeled messages, I don't remember what I'm writing down. I just write them down as I'm in my meditation, and then I cut them out and I put them in my box. But this says middle ground. My goodness, you guys. So what they're trying to tell you, again, find balance. Find balance. There's a middle ground. Okay, there's a middle ground. That you have the same challenges as everybody else, but you don't have to do what everyone else does, okay? Find your middle path. Find your middle ground. Find a way to be in a relationship where you are not the one who is constantly pouring out your cup. Okay, because that's not a relationship. That's one-sided, and you don't need that. Okay, you're coming to see it, but unfortunately, your greatest weakness is that you cycle back again and again and again and again. So what they're telling you here is pay attention to that. Don't do that anymore. You deserve better than that. You can see the right direction to go in, so start following that, and don't go back into that devil energy of, oh God, I have to give more, I have to give more, I have to give more. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good relationship, because that's not true. Okay? It's not. Because your soulmate won't expect you to do that. Okay? The right one for you will not want that from you or for you. Okay? Find your middle ground. It's there. I love that. It's amazing to me. I love it. Well, thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope I get to see you guys again next time. Bye. Hello, Group 4. Welcome to your reading. How are you today? So you chose the Tiger Eye. And that is all about, to me, protection. It's one of my favorite stones. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about what we're talking about today. It's talking about your strengths and your weaknesses. And this was a reading designed by someone in one of my groups, and he said, you know what, go ahead and use that. It's really cool. And so here we are. So let me explain how this works. Card number 1, okay? This is, I may be weak because of this. Card number 2, which is here, which is related to 1, okay? Card number 2, but it makes me strong because of this, okay? Card number 3, down here, just below 1, and card number 4 relate to each other, okay? So card number 3, so I may learn from this, and card number 4, to become stronger like this, okay? Then card number 5 and card number 6. Card number 5 is your greatest strength, and card number 6 is your greatest weakness. And we'll get into that in just a second, okay? So let's start. You have quite a bit of major arcana here. Very interesting. And your first card, okay, is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Remember, that is, I may be weak because of this, okay? Card number 2, okay, is the Fool in reverse, which is, but it makes me stronger because of this, okay? So this is a lesson that you have learned, okay? That when things are not going forward, when fortune is not on your side, you have learned that you need to not leap into anything that comes along just for any reason, right? Because you want to participate in it, because you want to be a part of it, because you want to be involved in it, because you want to get your Wheel of Fortune moving, and you'll leap into anything, okay? And so what you've learned is that that doesn't work, okay? And that you can't just leap into anything and expect it to be abundant, okay? The Magician is actually the manifester, okay? Manifests abundance in your life, manifests everything in your life, but he's upside down. He's in reverse, okay? So you have here the 7 of Cups in reverse. What is that telling me? This is a lesson that you have learned, okay? That if you leap into every little thing that crosses your path, that you cannot manifest anything, right? It's kind of like you can't see the forest for the trees, okay? That's what's happened here. This is the lesson that you have started to learn. Because the 7 of Cups is in reverse, you have learned that this constant wishing and hoping is not, and doing whatever just to make it happen, make something happen, doesn't work for you, okay? You're out of that lack consciousness because you've now recognized it, or you're moving towards it. Because Your greatest strength is the denial card, but let me read that to you, okay? It says, I acknowledge my fears. So I think what this is saying is that you would rush into just about anything and say yes to everything, okay? Because you were fearful that you were going to miss out on something, okay? I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness, okay? So you are aware of this. You have been aware of this. You are working to change this, right? Seven of Cups in reverse. You acknowledge it and you're working to change it. You no longer are leaping into just anything for fear of missing out on something, okay? Because you recognize that in doing so, nothing comes to fruition. Nothing comes to completion, okay? So, what is your greatest weakness? Relaxation, okay? Agate. Your greatest is relaxation, which means to me, and is telling to me, is that this is an acknowledgement of what you do. You don't want to miss out on anything, so you try absolutely everything. And when it falls apart because you're stretched too thin, or you are leaping into things that are not meant for you, that you see others doing and that you want to have as well, it falls apart. And why? Because it's not meant for you. So you acknowledge your fears, and now you are sitting back into your awareness, and you are aware of these things happen. Now I see here that you fall back into old patterns here and there, but you're getting better about it. And that's the whole point of life, isn't it? Is to experience and learn from our experiences. But you had a serious case of FOMO, okay? But you are definitely acknowledging it and trying to work through it. And that's beautiful. So let's pull from our my box that holds all of my channeled messages that I received during meditation. And let's see what else they can say for us. What little bit of extra information we can get, maybe guide you back again. Okay, that fell out of my hand. This one? Okay. All right. So that slipped through my fingers and came right back up again. So that must mean something, right? Okay. Maybe you have words. I'm sorry, I have a hard time reading my own writing. Maybe you have words. We will. Let me see if I can see that, guys. Sorry. We will. When you can. Okay. They've been trying to talk to you, my goodness. Okay. They have been trying to talk to you, but you're blocking it. Why is that? You know, I think that you may have, your intuition is screaming at you about what to do. Your intuition, in other words, spirit is really trying to talk to you. Your spirit guides are really trying to guide you, but you're not hearing it. So they're going to wait on the sidelines until you are ready to hear them. You are working towards your awareness, and that's great. That is really great. That is a step forward in your evolution, right? But they want you to relax so that you can hear them. This is your greatest weakness, not being able to relax, calm down. You don't have to be a participant in every little thing, because your spirit guides, wow, they really want to talk to you. They really want to tell you something. They really want to help guide you. They want to help to guide you, but you have to relax, not expect that you're missing out on anything. You've begun that process, absolutely, but they do have something that they want to tell you, but you can't hear them right now because you have too many other things running through your mind. Yeah, too many words, too many thoughts, too much fear that you're gonna sliding back into that behavior of too much fear of missing out. So your spirit guides really want to tell you something, so pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to angel numbers, synchronicities, that sort of thing, because they really want to help you get through this, Okay, they really want to help you get through this. So pay attention to those things. They want to help you, but you have to hear them. Relax, meditate, sit back into your intuition and listen, because they can help you move forward out of this. Okay? That was very, very interesting. Get yourself some tiger's eye. I think that might actually help you quite a bit. Okay? I hope I get to see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.